And hello, Shock fans. Here we are, the part 2 of Rip's Big Bionicle review special. This is for all the Toa, how they scale with the protectors, well, one protector, and the Makuta. Review of their mask, review of an update on my TakaNuva MOCS for 2015, and I'm looking at what I have around here. Shadow TakaNuva, how they all scale with those. So basically, let's go ahead and get this underway. I'm so happy to finally have Bionicle figures made from the Hero Factory system that don't break. So freaking awesome. They have the, I'm going to say this is returned, and I know a lot of people like this, and this is a cool, since I was alive when this happened, this does kind of make me happy. Though I could live without it. The arm gimmick things, the gears. But it doesn't affect the posability this time, so yay. First off, Pohatu. Not a big fan of his weapons, I'll go ahead and say that. The boomerangs, I'll probably end up trying to find a better weapon for him. He's the shortest. That doesn't really bother me with the Toa. The only way it kind of irks me is I'll go and show him with a protector. One of the protectors comes to his chest. That might have to be something I'll modify myself. And I don't really see any way to modify it without having to get rid of these really cool green pieces that he comes with and break the color scheme. So I might leave it like that. This is here. I can't remember if instructions said put it here. I just put it there to fill in the back. Articulation. The only unique thing about him is he doesn't have an elbow, like the joint that cuts off, like side to side movement. So he has like the movement to rotate the arm around. Not super useful, but still cool. I won't be going over the super modes. I'm going to say that because they're kind of crappy. You can go to Lego.com for them. The mask is very reminiscent of the old one. I can see it in there. I hope they release like maybe mask like the classic mask to go on these heads, or if not, I might modify that myself and buy it. I have a new. I think the only original Bionicle I didn't have was Golly. I think that's how you pronounce her name, or Gally. I'm not sure, but the girl, the water one, and the Tahu. They didn't have Tahu, so I might get those masks later on. But yeah, Pohatu is awesome. All these are worth the pickup. I'll go ahead and say that before I even start. That's how he scales with a protector. I'm probably not going to show like how everyone scales with Makuta. I'll go over the gold mask in the end. They're the same, and I might get a better insight on the mask then. This one I have modified his weapons a bit. Let me get the pieces like I want. Liwa, really awesome. I modified the weapons to be more axe-like, ended them with the swords. The mask is decent. I don't hate it. I like it, but it doesn't remind me much of the old mask. I will say that. I do like it though, so I don't hate any of these masks. I really love what they've done here. And I love that he has axes like he had an axe in the old one. He's pretty cool. He scales decently with a protector. I'll show him with one. I don't scale all of them with protectors just because. Pretty much a bit taller. All of them have, like I said, good articulation. That's why I'm not going to go over. But I will say on this one, the head is hindered by these pieces. I'll probably try to mock that, remedy that, because it's really hard to get his head in a good pose. I mean, you can get it in a decent pose. And Lee was pretty awesome. I didn't see him in stores much. At least in my area, I know he's easy. Hard to find some of you guys' stores. I had to go to Toys R Us, I think is where I ended up getting him. But like my Walmarts around here never had him, except like one had him later on, like way later in the run. Which is odd because my Walmarts have always been, the Walmarts I go to have always been really good about getting the Lego sets. Not always good on Transformers, but always excellent on Legos. Let's see, who will be next? Hold on. My girlfriend is texting me. Sorry for that interruption, but I did want to text her back. Golly or Gally, I can never get her name pronounced right. I've modified her weapons as well. She's got the hooks like she had back in the day. They're a bit bigger, the same axe pieces. They're shorter. I made them shorter than what's his face is. Lee was She's pretty awesome build. I really like the transparent blue. I like the printed out chest, by the way. Her mask, a lot of people are saying might be. I mean, I know Lego won't reuse this, but a lot of people are using that, the golden one that comes with her, for a TakaNuva mock. I don't like using her mask as his. I don't like reusing the same mask. She's got the goggle things above her eyes, like the old one had, which is really cool. I am glad she has eyes. And she does look more feminine now, because that chest piece can be used for guys or girls, I think. So that works out decently. All of them, like I said, do have the gear function. Hers is one arm as well. How she scaled with the protector. She's a bit bigger than a protector, which is awesome. Next will be the first Bionicle I ever got when I was a kid, and the first one I got of the 2015 sets. Onua. I've given him the weapons like this. I didn't like the hammer, so it looks like he has his original claws. This mask heavily harkens back to the original. Love the shoulder pads and the bulk. He could do to be a bit taller, and I might remedy that later. I don't know yet. I don't mind him being super short like that. He's supposed to be a lot bigger than them. Like in the animation I seen, he's supposed to be a lot bigger than them, a lot taller than them too. He's a bit bigger than a protector. Pretty awesome. I don't like the fact that these are stickers. I mean, they go on fine. They haven't come off. Just putting on stickers always worries me, because if you mess up, you don't have any more. Also, I know I didn't go over the gear function, but they all basically do the same thing. Next up will be another one of my favorites, Kopaka. Now, I have modified his weapons. He's holding both the blades in this hand, and I gave him the shield that came with the little, I can't think of that guy's name, from the Gladiator series, the second one. He was the bad guy in the movie, the true bad guy. I gave him that shield that came with him that looks like a snug lake, which is awesome. The chest, there's a lot of gold on this guy. I'm really surprised they didn't go with more white. I found that a bit odd. Or at least a white stomach piece. But it's not bad. They actually armored his back legs. These are stickers, which doesn't bother me. I just didn't want the chest to be stickers, and it's not on this guy. The mask really harkens back to the original, more so than any of the others, I think. And Kopaka always had the best mask. So yeah, this guy is awesome. How's he scale with a protector? Right, a bit bigger. Pretty good bit bigger. Love this figure. It's one of my favorites. Last but not least is Tahu. Tahu is freaking awesome, guys. I'll go and say a lot of people are complaining, saying he's a bit hollow. And I will say I'm not a huge fan on the back here of that being hollow. That's easily fixed, just like with Kopaka. And if I have enough parts, I will probably fix that. So yeah, the back pieces here are really cool that can rotate the swords in and out on his back. He can also wield these. And these swords can also be used for skis. I love how they kind of slipped in their second form, their Nuva forms. Or slipped in like the features like this for skis. Kopaka, I think, had the skis. And stuff like that. Just really awesome. The mask really harkens back to the original. Not as much as Kopaka's, but it's still really awesome. Pretty tall. How does he scale with his protector? Because this is his protector. A lot taller. I think he's actually the tallest. TakaNuva. Now, I will show my TakaNuva mock. You guys have seen this. I have just made the legs solid white now. I got another white piece on his arm here, so he didn't have to have a gray one. And I managed to score the glitter version of his original mask on eBay, which is awesome. The head is an original head now I've rigged into the chest. It wasn't hard to mock it on. And he still retains full articulation in it. I'm just going to compare him to the size of Tahu. He is about the same height as Tahu. Nothing new else with this guy. Let's see. Let's check something really quick. Let me see. Okay, sorry, I was just checking something. Where is... Okay, we'll start with... I didn't bring all the Makuta down because there's really a lot that I did. Antros is pretty much the tallest Makuta I have besides Pterodax himself. And Chirox is just a bit taller, and Mutron, or Kyrox, whatever the name is. I'll show how he scales with Tahu really quickly. All these Makuta are bigger, I will say that, other than I think Gorath's Biddle and Gorath's Biddle and Vampire, because Vampire walks on all fours. But the upright, I made sure all the upright Makuta are much bigger than the Toa. Like while they're not as heavily armored, but they look freaky and skeletal, they're much bigger. And I haven't changed anything to these Makuta MOCS that you guys have seen. Articulation on these guys, like I said, is great. The gears are both on this guy. Love the gold swords thing on him. Tahu, I mean, this really gave Bionicle the justice it deserves. I'm looking forward to seeing what a Makuta looks like in the new line. I know what he looks like, the shorter one, but I hope they make a big one. I'm not going to show my Mandanui MOC yet because I still got to get a head and hands for it. So I'm going to buy another protector to use the hands for that, and then I got to wait for the mask creation. But it's done. This is just the tip side of it, the wings. I'm not going to show it off, not just yet. I really want to wait. The slideshow, I'll be doing that, like I said, soon. This guy looks freaking awesome. Love him. Scale-wise, like I said with the Makuta, they are all bigger than him. Pterodax, I think, turned out pretty well. I'll show him right after. I'll show you guys what I did to TakaNuva. I made TakaNuva the same height as TakaNuva. He was a bit taller. And I did that because, you guys remember I had the yellow on him to represent like he was sort of light because I didn't have any other pieces. I've actually changed that. He now has all dark pieces. Same build pretty much still. I took the gun off his shoulder. He has the sword elongated in his hand with the like 3 cat claw looking look. Ignore my tongue is not working. He has a big like Nightmare from Soul Calibur arm. He has one of the spikes, like I said in the other review, where he kind of looks like he's obviously controlled by Makuta through this spike. The back of it, I did put that piece on. That's probably why I thought on my Pohatu that I put the black piece on to make him more like closed in the back. I used this mask, which was from Toa Ignaka. I might make a Toa Ignaka MOC later on, but that's why I now use. I use that one to make him look more like an independent character. I don't know if I'll continue to use it, and I might just use the gray version of the TakaNuva mask to make him TakaNuva. And that looks pretty nice on there, especially with the red eyes. That looks pretty mean and badass. How does he scale with TakaNuva? I don't know if it's Taka or Taka. I've heard it's both. Let me get his arm. Like the arm situation working here. I want it. He is pretty much. I'm showing him from the back here just to compare myself. They're pretty much the same height. The only thing is TakaNuva's back pieces I made, the 2 swords coming up over his back, make him appear taller, but in reality, I think they are the same height. I'll put them feet to feet. I think they actually are, yeah. Just there's more bulk, like width to this guy, where his is like all in the back. And I really put a lot of work into TakaNuva because I didn't make him too complex. I just made him complex enough to fit in with the new guys. I didn't give him the gear function because it's just not that big of a deal to me. Even though I have some of the gears. I use a lot of those in the weapons from Makuta. Let me put TakaNuva down and out of my way. I'll probably leave the TakaNuva mask on him until I can find another one. Paint it black or something. I might end up using this for like later on if I ever were to make him a Toa of Shadow. All this is based off a story I was working on for these guys. Next figure, and this guy hasn't been modified at all since you guys see him other than the mask. Actually, he has one mod done to him. I'll show you guys. It's nothing major. His crotch plate that was like really tiny, I swapped out for one that was a bit bigger here, as you can see. And I put a piece over it, one of those little gray pieces. I might have one laying on the shelf within reach. One of these. I put this over the piece to fill it in so it's less gappy and it doesn't look like weird. He has the black Makuta mask finally. It's the same as the the golden one that I had on him. I figured since all the Toa have gold mask, I would basically have a gold mask for him, and I have this in his hand. This is like what he's looking for, or reincarnation, like they have used like a mask to bring him back, and then it makes him like infused with the gold mask or whatever. I'm not explaining it correctly, I know, but yeah, let's get on to the fun part, the scale of this guy with the Toa, because I haven't changed anything to make him any taller, but the mask does look way better in black on him. It looks very, very Makuta. Like, I tried to keep this as close as the original build as I could, but also adding the spikes for my own take on it. Scale-wise with TakaNuva, I know you guys have already seen this, but I'm just showing this for people who haven't watched the older videos. He's way taller. I'm going to turn him where you can actually see him. I know I have him facing the wrong way. I have them facing each other sideways. Also, I have filled in all the gaps in his back now. Got a hand on him. Just TakaNuva. Yeah, he's way, way taller. As he should be. And with the tallest one, with the tallest, with Tahu, yeah, Tahu's tallest. He's still even with Tahu's spikes, Tahu's not as tall as him. He dwarfs the Toa. So you know, with a protector, he like freaking dwarfs the protector. They don't even come to his kneecap. This is probably the MOC I am most proud of. It utilizes all the new Hero Factory parts. So he is completely a 2015 Bionicle. I mean, he has like older Bionicle pieces like weaponry, but all his joints are made from the new stuff. It's not going to break. They aren't going to shatter. This thing's freaking great. He has full articulation everywhere, as Makuta should. I know they'll give us one, but I doubt it'll have the original mask. So I'm just happy to have one with his original mask and the gold mask. I don't know a lot about the rarity of some masks. I just know like TakaNuva's mask is kind of hard to get because it came with that set and all that crap like that. I know the golden mask, the golden Ignaka, this mask of gold that came with MataNui is rare. But what are some other rare masks? I've heard that this is rare because it only came with like a Lego set that was like building bricks, like the Toa castle looking thing. And the glitter mask that came with TakaNuva, is that super rare? Just wondering, because I've heard they're kind of rare. And other than that, I do think I promised to show us I promised to review the gold mask. And before this video gets super long, I am going to review that. There'll be a review for the MataNui and showing how MataNui scales with some of the Toa and the protectors when I get him made. He's not done yet because he needs the mask. I could scale him now, but I just wanted him to be complete. I feel like he should be complete. Let me get the mask and whatever I grab first. Love the gold mask. They're really awesome. There's Kopaka's. Love Kopaka's mask. I always did. And I will say the shade of gold they use on these is different. This is the kind of gold they used on the original TakaNuva mask. Yeah. Tahu's mask. A lot of like stuff with the original, like the little piece up here reminds me of the original mask, and the vents here on the side. Gallies, whatever her name is. She, like I said, has the goggles around the eyes, like the original. I don't really see anything else that reminds me of the original. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough. Pahatu's really close to the original. A little bit of difference, but pretty close. Liwa's is probably the most drastically changed. Not horribly changed. Just looks a bit snakish, which isn't horrible. And Onua's is probably, to me, other than Kopaka's, the closest to the original. I didn't have any of the gold masks as a kid because you had to get them blind bagged, and I just didn't bother buying any as a kid. So that kind of sucks. I don't have any of the original golds, but I'm glad they included these. You get these gold masks with each of the Toa, which is really nice. They're coming up with the corrupted ones, which will be awesome. That's really all I have to say about these guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this big review. with the protectors in one video, and then the 20-minute, almost 20-minute special here. When the second set comes out, the Summer Wave, I will be picking up all those except the Scorpion set, and I might pick that one up just because I want the corrupted mask that comes with him. I think it's either Pahatu or Lewas. But yeah, there'll be a slideshow with probably a lot of the Makuta. I'm not going to promise all of them, but a lot of the Makuta and the Toa. Pterodax attacking like the little guys, the protectors. I'm always probably going to call those guys Matoran. I'm sorry. I grew up with Bionicle. There'll be like some photos of TakaNuva facing off with TakaNuva. Just a lot of stuff, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I really hope you've enjoyed this review of these figures. Bionicle really means a lot to me. Transformers is a fun hobby to collect, but Bionicle is what I grew up playing with and stuff. Just grew up with. There might be more work I do to TakaNuva, like maybe adding some gold to him or something along the lines of that. But really, that's make sure I'm not sitting on one with my chair. Really, that's really all. And I'm sorry for like dragging this out at the end, but just really happy to finally have all the characters I wanted as a kid as really nice posable toys. I have all the Toa, all the Makuta, a Shadow Toa. Just Bionicle was always just something fun to me because you could create your own like thingy, like your own figure. I really love the gold mask here. I really went like all out to get this done like I wanted, and I just really enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to maybe a new TakaNuva, a new Pterodax, and just new figures like that. And really happy to see Bionicle is back. I don't hate Hero Factory. A lot of people are like they hate Hero Factory because it replaced Bionicle. No, it's not Hero Factory's fault. We would have hated any line that replaced Bionicle, but I don't hate Hero Factory. I actually collected all the figures up until the invasion from below. So, and I didn't get all the Brain Attack Hero Factory guys, but all the other sets I had. And I used a lot of them for MOCS, and by buying those, hey, I was able to make more Bionicle characters like this TakaNuva. So until next time, this has been your beloved soldier of the inverted cross, Rip the Full-Blown Freak Show, signing off. Farewell.